Welcome to the Reptile and Amphibian Classification Project, a deep learning-based image classifier built using PyTorch. It uses a CNN to identify 10 different reptile and amphibian species, including frogs, turtles, snakes, and geckos. For the folder structure, here's the project structure. Everything is modular. We have separate scripts for training, evaluation, uh, prediction, and data processing. Models are stored in the model folder, and datasets are stored here in the reptile amphibian. So for this project, you have to set up the environment, create a virtual environment, activate it, and install all dependencies listed. For the model, we trained the model using a custom ResNet 18 architecture. It takes in 128 by 128 images, applies convolutional and pooling layers, then outputs prediction for 10 species. Training is configured early stopping with early stopping, dropout regularization, and model checkpointing. For the evaluation, let's evaluate it. Once trained, we'll evaluate it using the test set. This gives us precision, recall, F1 score, and a confusion matrix for each species. So let's wait. There you go. That's the confusion matrix. The model achieved an overall accuracy of 68.90%. Some species like Komodo and frog perform well with F1 score above 7.74, but others like Gecko had lower performance with an F1 score of only 53. This is often due to visual similarity between species. For example, geckos and iguanas, or even tuatanos, look very similar in size and color patterns. Even slight background differences or lighting changes can mislead the model. Other factors that affect accuracy include 10 total classes, which increases task complexity. There's Although there's no class imbalance, I think the number of images for each class affects it since we have 10 classes and only about 2,000 images per class. I think we should up that one and have a total of about 60,000 images for the data set. And then there's the subtle features that are hard to distinguish even for humans. For improvement, applying targeted data augmentation for weak classes. You can also use deeper model like ResNet 34 or EfficientNet. We can also add attention layers to highlight important features or use hierarchical classification. So instead of 10 classes, using species, we just have to divide it into uh, reptile and amphibian. So let's do a prediction demo. Here we built a simple Tkinter GUI. You upload an image, then it will give prediction and confidence score. So let's try. Turtle predicted correctly with 96 confidence. Tuatara, that's predicted incorrectly with a very low confidence. rate. That's correct. A very high confidence rate. Also correct. At 90%, 99% confidence rate for the gecko. Ah, no, salamander. Guana, properly. A mid-range or mid-rate confidence. Correct also. Incorrectly predicted. Correct. And this one is also correct. So if you notice, Chameleon and Tutara has been incorrectly predicted, and you will notice the similarities it features with Gecko. Let's do Gecko again. So you notice that one. And so that's 7 correct out of 10 and 3 incorrect. So we do have about 70% accuracy. So for data set, like I said, we have around 2,000 there images per species there. All images are resized to 128 by 128 and normalized using image depth standards. Augmentation includes flips, rotations, and color jittering. So actually you can customize the model, just change the epoch number or the batch size and even the dropout values for experiments with different setups. I actually did change batch sizes and efforts during trading. As you notice, I have here about 3 different models. Right now we're using the ResNet one. So, and there are some issues that I've encountered as well, like CUDA. So I initially couldn't choose CUDA because I'm having trouble downloading the PyTorch package for CUDA. And then there's imports, which is a common uh, issues. But anyway, in summary, this project demonstrates how CNNs can be applied to wildlife classification with 10 classes. Real-world challenges like visual similarity and class confusion arise, but there are also learning opportunities. Future work can explore better backbones, mobile deployment, or species expansion. For this one, I think it's better to use 2 classifications like, you know, just amphibians and reptiles. But then since I'm just doing a small one and I didn't know firsthand that I should have used a lower number of classes. Anyway, that will be all. Thank you.